Well, we've been called ghost hunters, paranormal researchers.
But we prefer to be known simply as Ed and Lorraine Warren.
What was fascinating about this from the beginning, and I remember James selling it to us, James Wan that is, was as dark as you get with these stories, there was going to be a real freedom in wanting to show the light and the love. That's something that I think we took and ran with because we have fun playing with each other.
Something awful happened here, Ed.
We knew that there were multiple cases, and we had so much fun after the first one. We were hoping that they would continue. There was this beautiful sense of entanglement. I mean, we meet Lorraine, and to hear her talk about Ed, it's a real love story. And that contradiction between that entanglement with the diabolical and then their entanglement in this beautiful relationship. We're always trying to up that spirit of positivity and solidarity and, above all, fun.
Thank you.
Usually when you're dealing with this genre, you know, and you've got a family in peril, you've got something that's breaking the marriage apart or the family apart.
God brought us together for a reason. This is it.
And you can look at their history and the pictures of them of starting so young. They travel around looking at haunted houses back in the 60s. They obviously had a deep relationship with each other and a deep passion for the very similar interest in the occult.
I think it's very simple. I think love is really attractive. I think the purity of their love, how connected they are and how they balance each other. And that purity is just a stark contrast to that negativity and the darkness that we portray. And that's what's so appealing.
It's been really fun for us to bring out the humor and the love, and we need that.
Nice doll. That's what you think.
And I think that's what starts to set this apart.
We all have a concept of God that works for us, and Ed and Lorraine, their orientation strictly is from a religious standpoint. They do believe that diabolical forces are formidable, that they exist, that they are eternal, and they are at play. Their relationship and their faith in God, for them, is what gives them the ability to triumph.
Usually, if there's religion in horror movies, it's just dealt with the priest. And I do think that was a real departure to have a very devout couple that's just unapologetic about faith.
God will be there for all who need.
We all have a vision of good and evil. We all define that for ourselves. Whatever your definition of God is, I think we can all agree that God is love. And these two operate with love. I mean, there's a hidden message in these conjurings that says that one person can make a real difference in another person's life, and that's love.
To play something with both the depth and conscious of the character moving the story forward and still having the lightness to have a good time while you're doing it, that's the goal. I think that's why we hit it off.
He's like family. He's like my goofball cousin. You know?
Goofball?
I think it was extremely important to have Patrick and Vera back in this. We are going to the Warrens' home, and so you can't really go into the Warrens' home without having the presence of Ed and Lorraine around.
It was such an opportunity to have sort of the Conjuring movies and the Annabelle movies sort of intersect. To have them on screen together again was just really sort of a special experience and really helps kick off this movie.
We love playing these roles because we know we're going to get to do some high drama, high level scares, and dealing with some pretty dark things. And then we're going to find all those moments to show the other side. We've never looked at these movies like horror movies. Movies that, to me, transcend the horror movie. That's what we're going for. It ain't about some quick scare or a gimmick. All of us and the creators, want to keep pushing and exploring their relationship as parents, as a couple.
And the toll that it takes.
And the toll that it takes.
Didn't I tell you it was meant to be?
As long as you keep that creative focus, then you're okay, right? I don't think anybody wants to rehash anything that we've done.
I always think of this not as a genre story, but as a love story. And then I think it will always hit home.
And rehearsal, Scott. Okay, great. Cut.
Ed and Lorraine.